Hey Strikers, this is SF and it's time for another Striker Chains. This time it is Gindako Oragon, the Takoyaki Oragon with Jiraiya and Takayasha, and we'll be bringing him into the granddaddy of all extremes, or grandmommy of all extremes, Queen Butterflight. Miss Queen Butterflight and my friend, it could be a lot of things. So let's see if I can find anybody like that. It's really fun to bring. Since we're in the Christmas spirit, why not bring Mustang in? Because it's the Christmas spirit. Okay. But it is mines and damage walls. I'm mainly focusing on damage walls. Although Mustang does have flight as well. But it is a very easy dungeon. And Oragon slays a boss as well, so it's really nice for him to farm Queen Butterflight. And since Oragon's dungeon was not that bad, a lot of people finished it relatively easily, especially with the free, like, finish him as in like max lucking him relatively easily. It's not bad to switch directly into Queen Butterfly if you have just started. I know a lot of people that first went to Queen Butterfly, even if like on the first few weeks, but for people that didn't have done that, then by all means go do that now with Oragon as your max luck. Okay, and gotta clear off the mini boss, and we're off to the next stage. Starting off with Taki, and it's just random mobs, so this is going to be fun. That being said, Gindako also has homing piercers for the bump combo, so it does help a little bit in terms of clearing out the mobs. Jiraiya also has lock-on stuff. It's always nice to have lock-on and lock-on bump combos to clear off mobs. Because if it's like AX lasers, cross lasers, and stuff like that, it gets really annoying when you're doing these types of stages. So if I only had like Takayasha or Mustang around, then it's gonna be really annoying to clear off all these guys, and you have to rely on normal attacks. Okay, next stage, Mini Queen Butterfly. And we're starting off with Mustang. Now Mustang has a power up, but I'm not going to do normal attacks. And she's far away enough to actually reach Queen Butterfly. At least the top side, if I can actually reach Mustang. And I didn't reach Mustang. That being said, Takayasha is nearby for her bump combo, so that's always nice. Nice, good job. Takayasha. Ooh, powerful. But I usually, like, for me, when we're talking about like the first max luck you should do, it really depends on your box. And I kind of get tired and sick and tired of like people saying the same thing over and over again, even though it might be good stuff, like good news, like good advice. But like for the past 2 or 3 years, everybody's, even to this day, are still saying go to Queen Butterfly and then Izanami and then Kushinada. And I think of it as not that needed anymore. I think there are better monsters out there besides that chain, like a better advice. Of course it is good advice. If you start off and you really don't know what to do and a lot of people are giving you different answers, the true main, like the golden Hall of Fame strategy is clear normals. Then for your first max luck, besides your Sentry Dragon, is to get Queen Butterfly. Then you go into Izanami and then you go to Kushinada, and then you basically have a very good team for most of the gimmicks. And then you can probably bring Kushinada into Yamato Takeru depending on your mechanics. and then you basically have monsters for every single ability set. Well, not ability set, but just abilities. No wars, no damage walls, and Minesweeper, and then no gravity barrier. But since everybody's been saying that for like the past 2-3 years, I get tired of it. So usually I just say no, don't do it, or think of another chain or another strategy for people to actually go for, because it really depends on your box. And I think just trying to max luck. In terms of max lucks, I really don't like farming impossibles and colossals. If you're trying to get one, then by all means just go do that chain to get one of them. But if you're max lucking, I don't really recommend you saving a lot of time or using a lot of time to get Izanami and Kushinada max luck, because I think that farming it, even though they're in the library and stuff like that, does take a toll on you, and you really don't have time for anything else, especially in terms of the stamina. So that's why I don't really like it that much, and you're just gonna get stressed out and for not getting a lot of good drops as well. So to save your sanity, I don't really recommend farming Izanami and Kushinada if you're a beginner. Of course, if you're used to the game and stuff like that, then by all means. But I think it's more about building your box than building your box with a variety of monsters, and it doesn't really have to be max luck. It's more about building, instead of like building 2 or 3 monsters that for max luck and stuff like that. But Strike Shadow and Queen Butterflight, because I think in this day and age, the dungeons are getting more niche in terms of what they require of the user's box. Of course, a lot of veterans have the hatcher monsters to do these types of things, but for people that don't, let's see what's Oragon's. Oh, it's a bash and a heal. But for newcomers, it's more about getting enough monsters and to deal with all the different stuff, because usually before, like, having 2 null abilities like Izanami and Kushinada is more than enough to get you around like 60 to 70% of the dungeons. You can just bring them to any type of dungeon that has the abilities, then you're fine. But now there's obstructors, there's ways of, there's like bounce limited, there's like power limited now with like speed bombs and stuff, so it gets really hard. And having Kushinada for like what, Yamato Takeru 0 is impossible now. Well, not impossible, it's doable, but you just, why not just get another good monster for Yamato? There's like a ton out there for Yamato Takeru 0 in terms of extremes or lethals. And some people that are kind of not forced to do it, but are more reluctant to make new monsters, just because why would I make a niche-ish monster when I just have Kushinada, and Kushinada can be able to deal with a lot of the dungeons. But you're gonna hit a wall in terms of one dungeon, and you don't have the monsters for it just because you don't want to farm that specific monster, and I can't really help you with that. Even though I tell you to get as many monsters as you can, because they're gonna have some use someday, and that has been my motto for the whole time while playing Monster Strike. Whether the monster I get is good or not, they're gonna have the game is gonna make that monster good for one specific dungeon, at least one specific dungeon. And some people regret not getting that monster for farming purposes or whatnot, so that's why I think you should at least get one of a lot of monsters and not worry about max slugs when you're a beginner. But that's pretty much it for me. Hope you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. Thank you for watching my video. If you want to see more of my videos, then be sure to click the annotation in the middle, and I also have a special discount code for you on JapanCodeSupply if you want to buy some Japanese gift cards, including iTunes cards. Thank you, and hope to see you guys next time. Bye bye.